And we're live. Hello everybody, my name is APXDMN. I'm your indie VTuber interdimensional program. And together with me, we got two very awesome people. Alright, that's right. So please welcome Ghost Machine representatives. We got Gavin and we got V. So first of all, let's please introduce yourself. Tell us about who you are and what's your role for Katana Rama. Starting with Gavin. Yeah.
And also the founder of Ghost Machine.
I see. All right. So sorry, there's a short technical issue just now, but we have Gavin, the producer, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, the producer for Katana Rama, and we got V8. So welcome to APXDMN channel. So we played Katana Rama last week. Yes, we got managed to try it out, managed to finish it. So awesome game overall. Super excited to interview you guys.
Especially, thank you for having us.
Yeah, especially you know, being a Malaysian and actually a game. Well, I'm not. Would I still consider a developer? Yeah, was a game designer for a short time. So I understand kind of a bit, you know, what's going on around how to develop a game and stuff like that. Okay, I maybe not know much with a short time, but nonetheless, we're here to check out Katana Rama. So prepared some general questions here. Feel free to take your chance to answer the questions. Yep. So after that, so what is Katana Rama? Right, so a lot of people, like, the first thing people will see is the game's name. So I understand well what is a katana, but I'm still unsure what does the Rama refers to. So please tell us, what does Katana Rama means?
Oh, okay. This one has a bit of a story, but I'll just go through. Actually, Katana Rama, how that name itself came. It was a reference to Deadpool in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I see.
He has a skill that's called Katana Rama, and he likes to shout it out.
I see.
Every time he does it.
I see.
So at first I was just thinking, like, yeah, that itself sounds like a cool name, and also it has a ring of Southeast Asia in it, like, you know, Rama is also one of the deities.
Definitely. I definitely thought along the line of Rama or something.
Yeah. It means butterfly in Malay, and also means it's also a deity in Hinduism. So it has a ring of Southeast Asia in it. So sad to say that our game doesn't have much of Southeast Asian representation there, but you know, the name Katana Rama kind of stick to us, like Katana Rama. Yeah, sure, it doesn't sound anything wrong. It's just, it sounds cool. And, that's how the name came to be, I guess.
I see. You guessed.
Yeah.
I see. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting name. Like from the start, you can see that the katana is the main character, I would dare say, of the game. So it's the main focus of the game. It starts the game with the katana inside. So all right. So let's talk a bit about the katana, right? So the katana is like one of the main thing of the game. So what is the katana?
In the game setting, the katana is like a very destructive virus in the digital world. So the main character's goal is, if you read our summary of the game, it actually says that the character is a hacking program. So what it's trying to do is to get the virus, to break the virus out and use the virus to wreak havoc on the digital security system. So it says it destroys everything it touches in one hit. Yeah.
I see,
So
I see.
yeah. So that is what it represents in the game.
All right, so cool. That's one of the big major question I have already answered here.
On the website, actually. I think.
All right, so let's go through with the question first. So how did the team decide to work on Katana Rama? So what I mean here is like, what made you as a team decided, you know, this is the game that we're gonna develop? I heard you have a very long answer for this, so take it away.
Okay, I'll start the first half and Kevin will
Yeah.
continue.
Sure.
At first it was just me because I left my previous job at around October of 2021. So at that time the idea of a one hit one kill type of action game is already brewing in my head. The reference for Katana Rama mainly is Shinobi from PlayStation 2. Yeah, Shinobi and Nightshade from PlayStation 2. I like how the characters just zoom around and kills everything. Like there's different type of action game fantasy where power fantasy where you can kill a lot of enemies in one hit. Let's say like the Musou game, but a lot of times Musou games, what they do is, let's say one swing of a weapon, it kills multiple enemies. But this time, what we're trying to do is you can kill multiple enemies, but just one by one. But it doesn't diminish how satisfying it could be. That was the idea at the back of my head before I left the company. So I prototyped the game. I did most of the game until last year October. So a lot of the game, most of the game's groundwork in presentation is already done by then. And then one thing I realized that if I have to continue making the game by myself, it would be it will take very long to complete. At that time we haven't really assembled a team yet. We only it's only me and Gavin and a few of our friends that would help out once in a while. But after that realization that it might take too long, I just went on and started a company and start asking my friends who would want to join our team permanently. However, right now it's still not a big team, but we have teammates that are good at multiple disciplines in the team, so we can cover most of our tasks. So Kevin, you want to take away on how our team's composition and what they do for Katana Rama?
So before we even form a Ghost Machine, we've already been, working on a game together, like a set, and back then even when we were still colleagues in a game company, right? So we already have like basic understanding of what V8 wants to do, and I also enjoy brainstorming ideas, listening to what he has to do. Like sometimes he would introduce some of the game ideas that I think it would be interesting, and it actually popped out in mainstream media like several times. Like, okay, yeah, he wanted to make a ninja game, where you can latch onto maybe a roof or anything like that. And next thing you know, Sekiro came out, and it's a recurring theme. So I'm like, this guy has something. Yeah. So we decided to form this company along with some of our friends. Besides me, there is also an art director / animator / graphic designer.
Art guy.
Yeah, as one of the core team members as well. He could do basically everything. We call him strongest Avenger because he is the strongest Avenger.
The Iron Man.
So if you see like some of the character design and I would say in terms of the presentation benchmark, he will often give the most valuable advice. And then besides Jin, and there's a Yancy, so he's the one who came in halfway and helped out V8. But Yancy is a true, I would say like really a programmer. So once he came in and saw V8's artistic codings, and he was like,
it is.
Yeah. So it's quite funny, but he understands where we're coming from because he's also a very strong character because he could do everything as well. He could animate, he could draw, he could you could code. He even he before joining us, he's already released his own game. So this is I'll say this is a superstar team but it's a relatively small capable team.
Nice. So that's you guys hit a jackpot on the talent there.
We were all friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys go way back, like even before everything, like this whole project started.
Yeah, way back because we if you don't know, we actually worked in a company called Passion Republic. Yeah, so we were teammates before that, and then we are all me and Gavin and Jin. We are all animators.
Animators, I see.
Yeah, we're all
traditional or 3D.
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 Yeah.
Okay. Friends.
All 3D animators.
Yeah.
And we have a synergy going because we worked in the same place for close to 7 years together. And within that 7 years, I also was involved in one of Passion Republic's first ever game release, Gigabash.
Gigabash, yes.
Yeah. So I was the lead animator in that project, and while that is going on, I also like to seek advice from Gavin because Gavin is my senior, and we are big fans of Japanese tokusatsu and anime tropes or whatever. As you can see in Katana Rama, of course, we try to pay tribute to a lot of those things as well.
Yep, definitely.
So we definitely it is nice to work with like-minded people. That's for sure.
Cool. So let that be an inspiration to. I think that there's a lot of people who they're friends and they have some idea they want to work on, start a game somewhere, but they don't know whether they should gamble on starting a company and go all in on that game or not. So this is like one of those success stories, right? It starts from an idea and then you guys form a team and then the game came out after all that hard work. Right, so that is the third question. Let's go to the next one. Now, personally, what do you like the most about Katana Rama? So I feel like maybe some people they like a different part of the game about the game. So between the two of you, which part of Katana Rama do you like the most?
Gavin, you want to go first?
First of all, I guess it's the art style.
Art style.
So I think the art style works for me, and also I think it works for a lot of our audiences because they really enjoy how it looked and feel, especially like the protagonist. While we were in TGS 2022, a lot of the Japanese audience were like, "Man, this brings some memories back." This is exactly what I've been looking for. So we were like quite surprised by it as well. Although we understand that they probably like this sort of art style. So for me, I really like the art style. And besides that, I guess I enjoy the boss fight myself as well. Especially like the final boss, second boss. It's there's some challenge in it if you're underestimated. Yeah.
Definitely.
For me, it's this is coming from like the creator standpoint, like what I enjoy the most creating. It is definitely the boss fight.
The boss fight.
Yeah, because one thing is I am not traditionally trained as a programmer, so having to learn programming and AI to fight you in a game where you are supposed to be overpowered, it is quite an interesting task to say the least. However, along the way, you kind of for me, I kind of learn what can or cannot be done, in a boss fight. Some games you can see, boss fight can be very unfair. Or it could be too easy. Finding the balance between that, it's not hard, but it is just you have to be honest to your audience. What are the ideas you have, to this encounter where players should feel threatened, and at the same time, when you best the boss, you'll feel satisfying. From the feedbacks we got from the Steam reviews, turns out it is like one of the a lot of people praise the boss fight, which for me it feels like feels humbling in a way where people enjoy something that I'm not too sure if it is good enough for people to approve.
I think that's like one of the challenges, as a creator yourself, like in your mind, like everything is like already like as how you see it, but you pass it to somebody who never seen the game before, and then suddenly they give you a completely different view. So that's one of the things that I learned as well, like, what I enjoyed as a creator and what people enjoy as the player. Sometimes it can be a different thing, but sometimes it's just a good thing, like different people enjoy a different thing. So what I like most about Katana Rama is the satisfaction of linking my combos.
Zipping through, right?
Yeah, the zipping through the stages. So I felt like this game could go really far if you like maximizes on this. But this is personal opinion, alright? It's just one gamer's opinion. Like I wanna feel zooming the entire stage, killing everybody in one combo. Like I wanna have that feeling, and that's what I try to achieve in my gameplay. So I wanna zip in the whole stage and just exit. Of course,
your best round, right?
So personally, I feel like what the game reminds me of the most is Ghost Runner. Have you guys heard of it?
Yeah.
So for me, the game felt a lot more like Ghost Runner. Game reminds me of it. Yep, even chat agrees. Yes, the game reminds me of Ghost Runner because you have the parkour, you have the wall running, you have the double jump, you have the dash jump, with combo multipliers as well. So it definitely does give me that rush of executing a perfect stage clear. We'll talk about this a little bit later. If I go on, I might not start. Alright, so let's go next to I think one of the dangerous question. What's the future for Katana Rama?
What's the
future for Katana Rama? The game itself, okay? In the scope of the game itself, like what do you guys plan to add more, expand the lore of Katana Rama, or polish the game furthermore? Like what the team plan have on Katana Rama?
Actually, funny enough, we just had a discussion this morning about the exact same question. We are definitely planning internally to expand the game just a bit further. We are looking to have like a free update in the near future. We couldn't actually give like a solid date on when the update will drop yet. However, we are dabbling with the idea of making a super hard mode.
Nice.
Yes. Super hard mode for
I would love that. Please, thank you very much.
Because one thing we realized about Katana Rama is there is satisfaction in, like we say, in pulling off the combos, but there isn't enough risk if you don't do so, or if you know didn't do well enough in the game. So we, at first, the idea is to just reward people who can do it well and not punish people who didn't do well. But now it will be both. We'll try to fit both of those checklists in this update. So definitely stay tuned for our for news for Katana Rama in the future.
Right, definitely. So yeah, like that's the kind of things that I was kind of hoping for, because like I see, you know, the potential of this game. I can see myself like from time to time return to this game just to pull off a, you know, a triple S run. Yeah, but of course, yeah. So yeah, like one of my major feedback on this game was that I felt like each stage should have a ranking, you know, like after you pass a single area, a single room, it should give me like you did this well in the last room, you know. After I break the door, it'll show me the result, like, oh, this room you cleared at B, this room you cleared at C, how many enemies you killed and how fast you kill everyone. Like this feeling, I feel like it should be given to me at every room.
Single time you break the
So I wanna, like, you know, enter the room, zoom, kill everybody, break the door, goes out, tell me S rank. You know, I want that feeling, like, oh damn, I did so well on that one.
Dopamine.
Yeah. So it does have that. I was just asking this question, and it does have that, like, after the boss, but I felt like that's way too far away from, you know, after pulling off the things that I just put. So that's one of the main thing, one of my major feedback about the game. And another thing was that you know, the enemies was optional. So I realized that, wait a minute, if I just kill 4 people, I just go for the door, you know, that works too. It doesn't stop me, it doesn't discourage me. It doesn't tell me like you did a C, you know. It should give me that. But all in all, you know, if I just discipline myself, just kill everybody in every room, then yeah, I did enjoy the game doing that. Definitely need harder enemies, so definitely looking forward to that, you know, hard mode.
Because for some of those is we want to kind of also encourage, you know, how fast people can go, you know, without stopping and, you know, without clearing up everyone in the room, type of thing. So it gives like a leeway. It gives a leeway, and it gives like it doesn't punishes you if you don't clear the room. So that is what we want to fix in the super hard mode, because you see, because starting from level 2, if you remember how it goes, level 2 goes that your life is actually slowly draining.
Oh, okay.
Your life is actually slowly draining, so you have to kill the heavier enemies to regain health. So if at first we were too scared for the players to not be able to survive that, but seeing how good people are on YouTube, it kind of gives us the confidence to make it more harder, and really you can you can just zoom through 4 enemies and go through the door, and that's the end of that room. But if you do that too much, you don't regain your health, and your health is like depleting.
I see.
If you go to the boss room with this amount of health, you're not gonna survive. So that is definitely one of the things that we would fix for super hard mode.
Nice. I'm looking forward to that. I beat the final boss with like literally 1 HP. Because I took some damage at I think because I fell too much. There was one area where I keep dying from falling, and my HP was really low, and I reached the boss. I was already at like 10% HP. So I was like, yo, I have to win this because otherwise I'll just respawn with this much HP and I can't win. So yeah, that was, that part was really interesting.
Yeah.
But I can see that there's a lot of opportunity that this game can do, especially with this setting, this whole I wouldn't call it cyberpunk, it was more like cyber digital, cyberspace. Yeah, it's more like a cyberspace setting. It really reminds me of a card game called Netrunner. Not sure you guys have heard of it. So Netrunner is a card game about hacking in digital space, and it has this similar design. So aesthetics like this. So it really gives me that nostalgia of playing Netrunner. Alright, so let's go next to the next question. So the next question is regarding Ghost Machine itself.
Right? Yes.
Yep. Let's start with the simplest one. Introduce Ghost Machine. So what is Ghost Machine?
Giving you go.
So actually, in our main description, I think our core belief is that we want to prioritize good gameplay, no matter if the game is small or big. So I think game mechanics, is it fun? Whether a game is fun or regardless of replayability or anything like that, but it's always about the gameplay. So that's the core idea.
Yeah. As for because I myself, I grew up loving games that just makes you feel good, just makes you feel cool. So regardless of story or whatnot, I kind of want to capture that for this generation of gaming, because it's not that games with stories are bad. I love games with stories, but sometimes, especially nowadays, there are a lot of games out there that are trying to go very, very big in terms of our world and scope and story. Where our belief is, if the game is not fun, then why bother with the story? If you're not enjoying the gameplay, it is hard to have players to stick around for the stories anyway. So we'll prioritize gameplay no matter what, and the story comes after. Will come after that for us. So Ghost Machine will always we will be a specialist in action game for the future to come. Yes.
So as a what do you think mostly influence what kind of games you would produce for the company? Is it based on what you personally like, or is it something that you want to challenge yourself, something like that?
A bit of both. Yeah,
same answer.
A bit of both, because there is one thing I have a personal belief in being a game developer is you won't be doing a good job if you're not doing something that you would play. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely there is. Sorry for being off tangent a bit, but I do want to emphasize on this part, because in the Wii era, the Wii era of Nintendo, Satoru Iwata, Nintendo CEO at that time, he did talk about what if have you ever thought of making a game that you won't play? Because at that time, Nintendo was known for being a very traditional and very good at making traditional video games.
Yeah.
But in order for Wii U to be successful, it has to capture people who don't usually play games. Would you make a game about, quiz? Just general quiz. Would you make a game about sports, because you never play sports. You're a game developer.
Yeah.
But you have to make that to for people
Be proud.
to buy or get into gaming. So I really admire the people who has the tenacity to pull that off. But as for myself, because we're in a position where we do not have the luxury to
Yes.
To expand the market, or like our player base like that far. So we might as well be more focused on what we are good at, because truth be told, me and Gavin, we have been working together in a lot of platinum games. Our portfolio involves a few platinum games. Like me personally, I have done Bayonetta 3, Astro Chain, and Gavin was the lead animator for both of the projects. So that action game is definitely what our
6 years.
yeah.
This action game,
Yeah. And our art director Jin is even more so, because he is one of the lead animator for Elden Ring and Demon Souls remake. So 3D animation and 3D action game is in our DNA. The DNA of the founding of Ghost Machine. So we're definitely carrying that forward. At the same time, we won't back down if there is an opportunity that we see that we can challenge ourselves, in the future. We actually, dabble in the thought of making a shoot 'em up game.
I see.
Which is something that we have no experience of doing, but we love those type of games anyway, so we might look into that.
So one of the things that I do notice is like the animation is top notch for Katana Rama. So I was like, yo, this animation is actually dope. So as a 3D animator myself, like I definitely the quality of animation. Yeah, so definitely it's one of the things that stands out. Like there are definitely good animators in this company. So good job on that.
Improve. All of us could animate, so
Yeah,
of course. Like, well, I'm single. Okay, can you take away?
Like I'm the director, but I'm going to get a lot of feedbacks from Gavin or Jin, because they are both my seniors in our last job. So whenever I did something that is like good for me, but in their eyes, it's like, nah, it could be better. But,
Yes.
we're back in the we're back in the old office now.
Yes. The old environment. Nah.
The new, nothing changes.
All right, so let's go next. I guess it was quite answered. How was Ghost Machine formed? So we'll just skip for this one. Let's go. What's next for Ghost Machine?
I'll go first. Okay. And what's next for Ghost Machine is, for the near future, we will expand on Katana Rama. And we are actually engaging with as many publishers as we can get our hands on, in terms of publishing Katana Rama for other platforms like Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. So that is in the list of what we want to do and what we have to do. At the meantime, we definitely are also we are going to make our next game. There will be a next game, but as for when it will come out or what
when it's ready,
or what type of game it is to be seen in the future. So definitely stay tuned.
All right, cool. Looking forward to it. Alright, so up next, I'm gonna give a simple review of Katana Rama. So I played the game last week on Friday, finished it in 43 minutes. So to start with my review, so I rate my review in 3 different areas: graphics, gameplay, and story. So in terms of graphic, I will have to say well-designed robots. So that's like one of the top thing that I like about the game. Like the first thing you see is the main character, which I'm still not sure what his name is. And then the katana is pretty simple, but I love the effects that it has on it. And also all the bosses, yes, I feel like the bosses looks even better every time. So that's really it's really cool, because I know like the design seems simple, but in that simplicity it can show the form and also the what they call it, the personality of each of the bosses. So that's what I really liked about it, that you guys are able to express all these on such a simple design sense. So that's something that I can appreciate. And of course I love the colorful and vibrant tone of the game. So this one, it is deep rooted in my love for Netrunner. So in digital space, things are just so colorful and so abstract. So I really love it. It didn't feel like noisy. It didn't feel noisy. So I really enjoyed it was very pleasing to my eyes, so I really enjoyed it, especially seeing the sword cutting through enemies one by one. The trail, it's like a mix of Star Wars and a little bit of digital gameplay and all that. So that was really well done. So graphics wise, I love it. I hope to see more of it. I hope to see I guess the what they call that, the regular enemies maybe need a little bit of touch up, but definitely can see go that way. So yeah, good. That's why when I heard about your artist and how he's like basically can do everything, I can respect that. Alright, so that was in terms of graphics. So let's go next to gameplay. Right. So overall, I enjoyed the gameplay, especially the quick, fast-paced slice and dice gameplay. It was really nice, and I enjoy to the fact that because it's so fast, I have to aim very fast too. Okay? Yeah, so I'm not sure how like, for example, a regular player was able to catch up. I'm not sure, if like casual players are able to catch up on this, but I definitely enjoyed it because it's fast, because it's difficult to aim what's next. I think my only problem with was like you said, was too easy. I just hold right click and left click and everybody dies. But there were some cases where I have to actually quick scope quick turn 180 degree to another enemy. So I really enjoyed that feeling the most. So I guess in a hard mode, I would definitely enjoy it a lot more. Maybe have a more stricter auto lock or something like that. So it actually felt more FPS than slice and dice because of how I need to always aim, lead my aiming to the next enemies and all that.
Interesting perspective. Yeah.
But my only issue was the auto lock was also locking onto things I don't want to attack. For example, when I was trying to finish off my combo and it went and sliced the door instead. So now I have to go and farm for the extra 4 hits. Probably want to work on the target priority and stuff like that. But overall, that's like best part of the game. Definitely enjoyed that. Probably hearing the sound, as your combo grows bigger and the sound gets louder. So that was also another good thing. And the effects was pretty well done as well. So another kudos to the graphics here. I really enjoyed it. Alright, so some of my things that I hope can be improved is I think I can categorize them together. Stages are monotonous and enemies seems randomly placed. So so I value a lot of and I believe that story doesn't have to be told. Okay, there are games that doesn't tell you anything about a story. So one of my most favorite narrative a game with very good story but didn't spoke a single word was The Witness. So in The Witness, they don't tell you anything. Here's the world with puzzle, figure it out, you know. But there was something behind the game, and it was told beautifully. So I believe that even a game that, you know, doesn't wanna bang on the storytelling, like, it needs to have some sort of relevance. Like the moment you walk into this room, like you know what kind of place this is and what kind of room this is. So I felt like, you know, for example, like the first stage, like I wanna see like the first stage is kind of a lobby. Like you look at the stage and you can recognize it's a lobby of some sort, right? So and then you know, we're also talking about going deeper into the virus area, so maybe the area becomes even more disturbing as we head nearer towards the final boss stage fight. Yeah, so these little things gave me a lot of enjoyment, but I felt like especially the stages was pretty monotonous, as in like after the first 2-3 rooms, they are pretty much the same kind of room. So they're all boxed, they're all a cube, and then they have some walls in the middle. Yes. So after a while, my brain is already just thinks that it's the same room. So it's lacking that, you know, feeling of this is a new room, different room, and this feels different. So like the room that you went in on the first room and the room that you before the boss fight, like at least you should realize when you walk into this room, like, whoa, I think the next room is the boss room.
Yes.
Yeah, you should have that feeling. Yeah, but that's just what I think. So I wish the enemies in the room were calculated to the point where, like, if I kill everyone, I should be able to break open the door without having to farm on the respawn. I'm not sure what to call them. Respawn drones. Yeah. So I felt like sometimes I killed everyone in the room and I need one more. Then I went back to the middle of the room waiting for him to respawn, and then I kill him, and then I break the room. So that really broke, you know, the pace of my gameplay.
Yeah, that one could be tricky because you can either kill the heavier enemy first or last, and it will really affect on, you know, the count system. So the respawn is the only solution that we come up with, you know, with the amount of resources we have.
Definitely, it's something that you guys went through. Like, oh shit, you know, this thing happens. We have to do it.
Like if you kill the heavy enemy first, and then you kill every other small enemy, then you will have the points enough to break the room. However, if you killed all the small enemies and then you kill 2 heavier enemies, then immediately you're down to 0. So, it is very situational. So definitely we would want to look into other solutions other than, you know, just wait for it to respond.
That's right. I guess one of the ways that you can think of it is to create an alternate way to open the door, as in like once you kill everyone, the door also breaks open. So that's like, you know, kind of a cheat secondary way to clear the room. And if you have the scoring system, yeah, just give it a B, you know. You kind of missed out on one thing.
It's like the cool factor is not there, so
yeah, it's okay I guess, you know. But definitely I mean it was fun, I guess, you know, like this can be some sort of a feature as well, because sometimes your HP is low and you have no choice but to speed run the whole rooms, right? So I think I think breaking the door at least, but overall I that's the thing that I find could be mostly improved in this game, especially the room performance. You know, every room performance. Like if that's a thing, I would play this game just to get that S rank every room.
Just to perform better, just to break the room in a cooler manner, right?
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, and when you reach the ending, it's like room 1S, room 2S, room 3S, room 4S, room 5S. So it felt more clear, you know, my performance overall. Because I think there were some stages where I felt like I did subpar, but I still get an S. So yeah, I think it was based on my HP. If my HP was full, and yeah, I'm guessing there was some calculation on that too. Because the only stage that I get very bad marks was the last stage, which is I had 1 HP left. So probably, you know, that's probably why I didn't get an S rank.
If not mistaken, there's time based versus your
unit. It is actually the amount of enemy kill times the time that you use. So so the health, we didn't really make it into a factor, but definitely time is one of the biggest.
Probably because I fell and that burned some of my
yeah, probably.
Right. I'll take the L.
Okay, you can always do it again.
Yeah,
you can
try always do it again. Yeah. Yeah. So that is kind of game, like, you know, it's like it reminds me of those old arcade games, right? You put in a coin and you go through one whole run, and then I get high score. I get, you know.
Yes, you always want to beat your previous self.
Yeah, previous run. So I can see, like, you know, if this game were multiplayer, it will be like, you know, my friends rank and all that. But yeah, that's a whole different thing. Never mind. Let's go next to the story. So I will give like the lowest mark among the three is everything is unclear. So okay, let me start.
Director.
Yeah, I only had a head start because I read the description of the game. Because I read the description of the game. And then the game starts with the katana, and I felt like that was the most important part of the game. Okay, that is the most important narrative of the game. He took the katana. After he took the katana, I'm not sure what's exactly happening next. So I'm not sure why he's fighting enemies. So I felt like the moment he took the katana, if let's say it displays like a breach, you know, security breach, and then you can see enemies being deployed to stop him from running out of the system. Then probably that would kind of make some sort of sense. Basically, he came in, he got the katana, he activated the ICE. Okay, I'm sorry, intrusive countermeasure electronics, and then you know, you're just fighting your way out. So that would have been a very clear direction of the story. So what happens here is he took the katana, and then there was some flash. I think there was some flashes of memory or something. I'm not sure. And then we'll start fighting. So, and then we meet a boss, but I'm not sure, you know, why am I fighting this boss? Yeah, you wanna explain a little bit on, you know, the story and how it is supposed to feel like?
Before we think anything, I do have to say, you know, we did what we can for the amount of time and resources that we have, but you know, your points are definitely invalid. I definitely agree with whatever you just said. So actually how it goes is the katana wasn't complete at first when he's in prison. So the player is there to break the katana out.
Okay.
So he can use it to fight his way out of the security system. Yeah.
Right. So what is the katana?
The katana is a virus.
Okay,
so you
integrate.
So you are a hacker program. You break the virus out, so you can use the virus to kill everything.
Yep.
And the bosses are actually part of the katana. So if you remember the end of the
yes,
the start of the third level, so it basically combined and make into the its final form, its full form at the end. So so you okay? I just go through like what we have in mind. Okay, I'm just gonna keep rambling on the story. I'll try to explain as much as I can.
All right.
So you first break the katana out, so you are fully powered up. You have the strongest thing to destroy everything. So at the meantime, you are also trying to kill the other two bosses, which is part of the katana. Okay. So you absorb their power in the process. So with the power of both of the bosses, you form the complete Katana Rama, as the final boss. I was just gonna say it. The final boss name is Katana Rama, so you form Katana Rama in the end. Yeah. So and the hacker program, as in the player character, his thing is he can copy any ability or anything, if he spend enough time with whatever that he's dealing with. So like in the second boss, when he at the end of second boss encounter, he can actually do the shockwave attack just like the second boss. So at the start of the third level, he duplicated the ability of the sword, so he gets to form his own sword without the katana. Yeah, so his thing is he can copy other programs. So I guess that is how it goes. So at the end, your objective turns out is not to break the virus out of the security system, but is to destroy the security system and the virus together. So your end objective, you have to escape at the same time. Before that, you have to destroy the virus, which is Katana Rama.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I definitely have better idea what's going on. Yeah. So the first boss, right? The first boss and the second boss, like, what were their purpose?
They were part of the. In my head,
yeah, go ahead. It's okay.
They're all just part of the final boss, which is part of the katana. But they have been repurposed into being the antivirus in the system.
Okay.
Yeah. So by killing them, you absorb them, and then you get to form the katana back into its full form. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I'll just give a piece of my mind. Okay. I just feel like something that I felt like could have really helped the narrative. So I felt like the katana, when you took it, there should be like 2 slots on the sword. Okay, like an empty slot, so that the player know that the katana is incomplete, and so the character have to hunt down the bosses to absorb their power into the katana. So every time you beat the boss, the katana, the empty slot lights up, so that one of the 2 slot is filled. So there's one more boss. So when you go fight the second boss and you fill in the second hole, and then the katana is finally complete. And then the starting scene of the third makes sense. So after he has the 2 slot filled in, so the katana starts to shake and become the final boss. So I felt like that's the only piece that's missing, on why are we fighting the first two bosses. So at first I thought it was just the the defense system that came in response to you stealing the katana. So if they were part of the katana itself, then it would have made sense.
Yeah, I definitely get it. It wasn't. I mean, it was in the idea was always there. It's just we're not too sure if we should spell it out.
Yeah, definitely, you shouldn't be. Yeah, I'm agree with you on this. Like, I don't really like a game that tells you everything.
It's better to show, right?
Yeah, better
But
to just
they don't show too clearly.
Yeah, we definitely played a bit too far in the opposite direction of not showing. So the confusion is definitely warranted, and it is partly our design decision to not show.
Yep.
However, we really do like it if people want to put up a theory of their own. We ourselves, we are all we are all gamers. We also like to have like a bit of our headcanon
conspiracy.
We have conspiracy. So definitely, if we have more resources and if we have more time, that is definitely one of the things that we would want to do, which is be more clear on what our story is.
Yep. But overall, I mean, despite all of that, I did enjoy the game. So it was fun. Yep.
Yeah, we're glad that you did. Thank you very much.
Swish, kak. I said that. I think there was one comment. Blade goes swish.
Swish recommended.
Swish recommended. Yeah. Right. So that is Katana Rama. If you all haven't tried the game, it's up on Steam right now. You can check it out on Steam. You can search Katana Rama on Steam. It is already on. I think the sale is over. But
we'll definitely will do as many sales as possible because I feel like just having more people play our game is more important than making as much money as possible. So if anyone who's interested in the game and wouldn't want to put up as much of the full price, we totally understand. Just wait for any sales that will come out. We will try to participate in every Steam sales that we can. So yeah, definitely look out for those.
All right, you hear it first from the developers themselves. Don't forget, you can always just wishlist it. Just wishlist the game.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, that helps.
And if you do play the game, please do leave us a review as well.
Yeah. Leave us a review on the Steam because right now we didn't even have enough reviews to give like an overall rating or positive
warrant a rating
in the Steam page. So anyone who has tried the game, do leave us a comment. It doesn't need to be positive. We would want some
critical
thumbs down. If there's any feedback that we could learn from, we're open to that as well because we're new.
Alright, so that is Viet and Gavin from Ghost Machine. Thank you so much for joining the interview.
Alright, thank you. Thanks for having us.
I know it's a little bit rushed for you guys, so just came back.
Anytime.
Alright, so you can get Katana Rama on Steam. I'll give it one last shout out. Don't forget, try it out. Alright, support local game devs. If you like it, just support. Alright, people start somewhere, and I think it's a good game, full of potential. I definitely gonna come back when you guys update it. Give me a heads up.
Sure.
I think it will show on my Steam, man. Yeah. And then I'll give another play. Alright, so thank you everybody for coming to this stream, and I'll see you guys next time. Yes, correct. Bye.
Bye.